PCN is brought to you in part by the following underwriters.
Welcome to PACTV Community News. We have a fun show tonight with stories from Kingston, Duxbury, Plymouth, and Pembroke.
We bring you to a Marine Fisheries Commission meeting in Pembroke, a YMCA opening in Plymouth, and a Cupcake War in Duxbury.
PCN gets a preview of the upcoming Silver Bells Fair in Kingston, and we stop into a second annual Story Slam at the New World Tavern.
Town Talk is from Plymouth, and we have a wonderful studio musician to close the show.
It's going to be a great show, and we begin tonight with a very important visitor to Sacred Heart High School in Kingston. Cardinal Sean OMalley made his first appearance ever at the Sacred Heart High School in Kingston to host a Mass. Appearing before a packed auditorium of students and adults, the Archbishop spoke from the Gospel of the Good Samaritan on this very special occasion.
Cardinal Sean OMalley, the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Boston, is here to celebrate Mass for us. It's the first time that the Cardinal has been here, so it's a very important occasion for us. He is the next level in the hierarchy of the Church to the Pope, which I was explaining to my 7th graders, which they thought was really cool, to have someone that could potentially be the next Pope here to celebrate Mass with us. The Sisters of Divine Providence that founded the school, that have run the school for so many years, they were invited to come. Some of the board members were also invited. All the faculty and staff and all the students from grades 1 through 12 will be at the Mass as well. Well, I know the gospel the Cardinal is using is the gospel of the Good Samaritan, so I would assume it would be something based off of taking care of our brothers and sisters at any stage in life, at any quality of life, anything that we can do, even if we don't consider them our friends or in our cliques or anything like that. No, it's just a really special occasion. We're honored to have the Cardinal here to celebrate Mass for us. It's probably going to be closer to an hour and a half, and that's due, one, to the number of people receiving communion is going to take a little bit longer. The homily, there's an extended call to worship, welcoming and thanking the Cardinal for being here. So other bishops have come, previous bishops of Boston have come, but Cardinal OMalley himself has never come in his tenure in the Archdiocese of Boston. So it was something we really wanted to do, and this was the date he had available, so we said yes.
Wow, Sacred Heart must be so excited to have someone of that stature to come to their school.
It's amazing, and then in the Catholic community is huge, and to have it here with all the different age groups I must have been an incredible experience.
Yeah, good for them. That's wonderful. The River Herring Network recently held its 5th annual meeting at the Pembroke Public Library. The event drew people involved in marine fisheries from Cape Cod, the South Shore, and South Coast. There was even a bus tour of some local herring runs prior to the meeting. We stopped in to get some more information.
This is the first time we've ever had a bus tour before the River Herring Network meeting. This is our 5th annual meeting. And this is the first time it's been hosted by a local herring fisheries group. So we had it in the first 3 years, it was in Cape Cod, and then last year it was in Plymouth, hosted by Plymouth, and then this year hosted by the Pembroke Herring Fisheries Commission. It's a diverse group, actually, so they are volunteer herring wardens, paid natural resources officers, natural resource department staff, and then volunteers, so people who work with either a nonprofit group or with their town or with their herring warden to count herring. And they're from Cape Cod, the South Shore, Buzzards Bay area, and then there are people from state and federal agencies here as well, Division of Marine Fisheries, also NOAA, Office of Habitat Restoration, and probably some others I'm forgetting. Everyone always wants to hear the updates on the river herring count. So there's a volunteer program in most of the coastal towns in Massachusetts. And so volunteers go out and volunteer 10 minutes per day usually and count how many herring go by a particular spot. And all that information then gets compiled and sent to Division of Marine Fisheries, and then they bring a report back. So we've got 2 reports, one Cape Cod specific and then other throughout the state. And then we're going to hear those reports today in there. So I think probably that's people's most favorite topic. And then everything else is cool too, but this is the big draw, I think.
I was asked to become the Herring Commission to change the the direction the old commission was going in. And with my affiliation with the state, I was able to get some new assets into the town. We have a new visual counter at the run, which we didn't have before. It's mechanical, so the fish are counted. It's a lot more accurate than the visual counts or volunteer counts. And as my role with the state, the federal government has put a closure in on the taking of all herring, river herring, throughout the whole entire East Coast. So it's very important to get these runs back into good condition. And with the counter and the volunteers we have in town here, we've spent a lot of hours cleaning the stream, making it a clear passage for the fish to get on their migratory route from the North River, from the Atlantic Ocean up to the North River, up into town here, to the ponds to spawn.
I hope that when people leave here today that they have some information that they didn't have before that will help them manage their runs, information that they can take back to their volunteer groups, but mainly that they feel that their efforts, both paid and volunteer, are appreciated and that they are doing work that will help increase numbers of river herring in Massachusetts.
Red Brook is a new community in South Plymouth that includes all the amenities one might need, such as a variety of shopping options, a supermarket, and recreational activities. One of their biggest accomplishments was partnering with the YMCA, who just opened a brand new facility on the property. PCN was invited on a tour and to meet some of the key people involved in the project.
Today's the soft opening of the YMCA here in Red Brook, South Plymouth, and we're really excited about this. This is a facility that has been on the planning boards for many, many years. And it was a challenge to put together. The YMCA has been talking about putting some real investment in this region. It took a long time, a lot of planning. As far as I can remember back, probably 12 years. And to see it come now finally into fruition, working with the people at Makepeace and the involvement of Makepeace right in the heart of their big development really is exciting.
I'm just excited about this new facility. We have a lot of them, as you know, throughout the whole county, but this is going to be our showcase right now. It's got the latest of equipment, and anybody coming in here will just absolutely fall in love with the place. You just can't help it. Everything is just so new, clean, modern, just wonderful place. So we're all excited about it.
My boys are 12 and 16, so I'm more excited to get them off of the video games and forced family fun. I made them come today, kicking and screaming, and now I can't get them out of here.
And here's our spin studio, where we have 22 bikes. We have classes that range from 5:30 a.m. classes, first thing in the morning, to late evening classes at 6 and 7 p.m. And this is Studio B, where we'll be having our yoga classes, bar classes, and we will be having our kids programming. And here's Studio A. This is the larger of the group fitness studios that we have. We will be running our bigger classes. Like I said before, we have 60 classes that are a part of our group fitness schedule, ranging from yoga, Pilates, health, mind, and body classes to more of our traditional Les Mills classes, where we will have body flow, body pump, and then we will have, of course, Zumba classes that will range throughout the whole day. And up here is our TRX loft, where we will be running our TRX classes. We have 30, 45-minute classes on our group fitness schedule. And this is our weight training area. So over here we have our squat racks and our dumbbells and free weights. Along the windows looking out the village green are our plate loaded equipment. And right behind you is our Synergy unit, where we will be doing a lot of small group training, and it will be available to all members. So as part of the why we want to promote groups and neighbors working out together. So right over here is the beginning of our youth section. So we are the Y, and we do promote healthy living for our youth. So over here is our youth circuit made up of 8 pieces, where we will be running classes for 8 to 12-year-olds to work out. And this is our family play area, where we have this structure that are made for kids from 2 to 8 years old to come and play, while mom and dad or 2 other moms or people from the community can kind of sit together while other kids get to play together. And right over here is our Child Watch. So this is all part of your membership to go along with the group fitness classes that are part of your membership. So this is available during the peak hours of the day, 7 days a week, where This is available for 3-month-olds to up to age 8, where kids kind of come in, they get to play with other kids while mom and dad will go work out or take a group fitness class.
Are you having fun?
Yeah!
Awesome.
Cheryl Farhat and Susan Gamble have changed the name of their company from Culinary Kids to Mix It Up Cooking, but have kept all the fun in their program. Over the summer, one of their cooking students suggested that they have a cupcake baking and decorating contest, so they took the dough and ran with it, so to speak. Students from grades 3 to 6 took part in this fun contest, and we stopped to see the final decorating process and watch the kids have a blast.
Well, we know children love to have that competitive spirit, so we thought that a Cupcake Wars class would be really fun. And actually, I'll be honest with you, over the summer, one of the kids in our camp mentioned something about a cupcake class, and then all of a sudden an epiphany came, and I thought Cupcake Wars would be awesome. Cupcake Wars class has been a 5-week session, ending today to the final battle. And up until today, the kids have been practicing how to make cupcakes, and they've been doing completely on their own. And so today's the day that they get to finally show off their stuff.
Today is the battle day. And the battle day means that the children are going to get a mystery bag with ingredients, and they will begin to decorate their cupcakes. But they must talk amongst themselves as a team and choose a theme, whatever's in the bag, and then decorate a cupcake. The categories that the cupcakes will be judged on are taste, texture, most creative use of decorations, best overall presentation. The cupcakes were made last week, and the children chose a recipe. We gave them 3 options of chocolate cupcakes, and then they chose the recipe, and then they made them, and then we froze them. It's a whole team that's going to win the grand finale, and the grand finale team will get their picture in the clipper.
The age group is grades 3 to 6, and so that would be, I think our youngest is 8 and our oldest is 11 in the class. The kids absolutely love it.
I think I liked the most about working together. My favorite part was mixing all the ingredients together and making the cupcake before it's in the oven. Eating them at the end.
I always watch the show, and that with my father, we always watch cooking shows, so this is kind of really happy for me because I always watch it.
I am going to take my experience and bring it into my house and cook more for my family.
We really get to be proud of what we make after we get to eat it, and it tastes so good, and we get to know that we made it. So I feel proud that when I make it, it was me who made it.
You should see the creativity in the class. It's just amazing to see what they can do.
It's coming up on that time of year again. That's right, the First Parish Church's Silver Bells Fair held at the Beale House in Kingston. This time-honored tradition has brought together handcrafters and artists alike, and in the last few years, exotic goods from around the globe. PCN stopped in with the key organizers to hear more about this weekend's festivities.
One of the wonderful things about living in a place like Kingston is that it's still very much a country town where there are handcrafters. And for 82 years, people in this town have made one-of-a-kind articles to sell at the Silver Bells Fair to raise funds to support this wonderful church. And so we have hand-knitted children's clothes, scarves, gloves, all sorts of marvelous things. We have handmade aprons, pot holders, all the kind of Americana you expect to find at a holiday fair. And the International Bazaar comes under the aegis of the Silver Bells Fair because in addition to supporting the church, there's a great commitment to helping other people in the world.
We began the International Bazaar 3 years ago, and it's a portion of it's an effort to reach out to the organizations that are represented there. None of the proceeds go to our church. The proceeds all go to the artisans around the world who are producing the goods that are represented. They are all sold at fair trade rates. So, there's wonderful handicrafts that are made by people around the world.
I've been involved with the Silverville Fair this is going to be my second year, and what I do is bring all the artwork from the students of Ashiana we get from Afghanistan and Afghan handicraft from other places, and we sell everything that we can sell here at the Silverville, and all the benefit and profits goes to Ashiana directly. Right now, because of funds are drying in Afghanistan, drying out, everybody's leaving. The founder of the foundation in Afghanistan haven't got paid for a year. Most of the teachers are working volunteer. We don't have the hot meal program for them. We are hoping this time it will be supporting the meal program, the hot meal that they get once a day, as many students we can, because that could be the only hot meal they can get.
It's the part of our church that really looks to be actively involved in issues of social justice, which is a very important part of our church. It's part of our foundation of what we believe in, reaching out to the community, both local and the world community, to see how we can help.
The 2015 Silver Bells Fair is November 14th, that's a Saturday, and Sunday, November 15th, coming right up.
Julie, isn't the stuff they brought back incredible? It's the kind of thing there, if I go, I'm going to spend a fortune.
I know. And to give gifts at the holiday season that are handmade or handcrafted or from other parts of the world, and that donate the proceeds to a great cause, is always a good thing.
So worth it. So this fair is this weekend.
It is this weekend, and it runs from 9:30 to 3:30 on Saturday and noon to 2 p.m. on Sunday. And it's located at the Beal House on 222 Main Street in Kingston. Story Slam South is a storytelling group based on NPR's Moth Radio Hour. People get up on stage with no notes or props and tell a 5-minute true story based on a selected theme. The group is hoping to hold more slams in towns on the South Shore and recently held a second one at the New World Tavern in Plymouth. Many notable community judges were on the panel, and PCN stopped in to hear why they support this wonderful art form.
The Story Slam in the South Shore. This is our second Story Slam, and we are looking for a big night. A Story Slam is a contest of words, 5 minutes, true stories on a theme. Tonight's stories are scary situations. I can't wait to hear what we have coming up.
I've been a huge fan of the Moth Radio Hour that you hear on public radio, and have always considered my work with sound in terms of music, really compatible to just telling stories. I mean, that's what we do with music. And what I like about this, it does take structure. These stories need to have a beginning, middle, and end. And at the end of it, it should make sense and hopefully make you feel things.
I love the stories. I love the short stories. And last year I had a fabulous time, and I was so excited when I was called back this year. The folks that get up are so diverse that in 5 minutes you don't get bored. You hear a great story, they present them well, and you just start to realize who the most amazing people are in the group, and none of us will agree on anything, but in the end we end up saying, oh my God, we all picked the right person.
I am so excited to be back. This is going to be an amazing show. I'm really excited. As you know me, I'm all about story. My name's Scott Smith. I'm the word Smith. So I got to do what I got to do. And this is what we got to do tonight. Sunday night at the New World Tavern. Fantastic.
And we're talking about scary situations, and actually the coolest thing about trauma is if you have some and everybody gets in it, the best thing you can do is talk about your story. So get that narrative out there, because the way you process information when you're really stressed or in danger actually is like flashlights or flash bulbs, and what you want is you want to create a long narrative so you can put that in and heal faster. So it's actually the best Band-Aid you can have is telling your story. So this is actually going to be really healing for a lot of people tonight.
I'm here judging the Story Slam because I like to think I know how to tell a good story, so I'm hoping that I can make a good judge and see what makes a great story. I enjoy telling stories and hearing stories, so tonight should be really interesting.
When I moved here 20 some odd years ago, I realized that this could become the art mecca of the world. And it's come a long ways in that short period of time, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, everything that we do here in Plymouth, at least I hope, increases the quality of life, whether it's a symphony orchestra, a fine theater, and we have how many theater companies now here in Plymouth. The Story Slam is just another artistic expression in a way that you can make people open up and consider ways of communicating and connecting with others.
Town Talk takes us to Plymouth Town Hall for a fall update.
Hi, I'm Melissa Origi, the Plymouth Town Manager. We have some exciting things going on and some real changes. The first to announce is that we have finally hired an assistant town manager. As many of you know, that position has been empty for some 7 months, and we started to really feel that most recently with all the projects that we have going on. The new assistant town manager is Derek Brindisi. He comes from Worcester, and he is going to be happy to meet with any residents or anybody that would like to just come in and introduce themselves. His offices are here on the 3rd floor of 11 Lincoln Street. In addition, we are losing a long-term employee, Dinah O'Brien, our Community Resources Director. Many of you know her as the Library Director, has decided to retire. She's going to be sorely missed as she has just a ton of institutional knowledge, and she's been a real asset for the community. There will be a going away party for her planned in December. With the loss of Dinah, though, I can tell you that a short-term employee is also deciding to leave, is going on for another adventure out of state, and that is the Human Resource Director. Cindy DePina has only been with us for a little over a year, but she has made some real changes here and certainly was one of the most knowledgeable Human Resource Directors I have ever worked with. We will be doing a search for that position, and hopefully we might have somebody internally that would be interested and qualified for the job. Some of the other exciting news that we have going on is projects. Many times on the show we talk about what's happening in Plymouth, and certainly it's no exception right now towards the end of the calendar year. Under Secretary Jay Ash and our current governor and lieutenant governor, the town of Plymouth has been awarded $4 million, $2 million to do the new T-Wharf, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank town meeting for supporting us on that project. If it wasn't for all of you providing us with $2 million through the last couple of town meetings, we never would have received the $2 million match from the state that we needed. In addition, the other $2 million is to finally start the project at Cordage Park. This is not only an important project for North Plymouth, but I think one that's going to be excellent for the community, providing both housing and then in the other phases of the project, it will provide restaurants, access to the water. I think it will really beautify that area, and it's something we've been looking forward to for a long time. In addition, we have all the other smaller projects that we've been talking about for so long that you see started. Veterans Park in North Plymouth. The White Horse Beach bathrooms is finally moving again, as well as Stevens Field. So stay tuned as we continue to bring you some great things in the town of Plymouth.
Well, Julie, it has been a great show. And replay times are listed on our website, PACTV.org, and you can also find us on YouTube. Follow us on social media for links to all our stories.
Next week, we will bring you a very special parade preview episode. PCN will go out to meet several groups who are participating in America's Hometown Parade to learn more about them. We have a special studio guest to help guide us also, Paul Jaley, who knows everything about the parade. Be sure to tune in.
And we want to close tonight's show with an arts and entertainment segment on set. Take it away, Maureen.
Thank you so much, Kim. I am so excited to have on set tonight Krista Ganayadek, right?
Yes.
You know, I'm not going to lie, everyone on set was very afraid to say your name.
You
so they
nailed
said studio musician. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're going to make me say it wrong.
Yeah, you did. That's perfect.
Great,
Perfectly,
great.
yeah.
I'm glad I passed phonics class. We're going to talk a little bit about your music and who you are. Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Connecticut, actually Cheshire, Connecticut. And then in 2008, I moved to Boston for school.
Excellent. Where'd you go to school?
Well, initially I went to Boston University, but then I ended up transferring to Berkeley.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So you obviously stuck around here. You must like the location.
I love the location, and that was really one of the main things. Like just being here for so many years, this feels like home now. Boston and Massachusetts feels like home to me. And I have my Mass plates and my Mass license, so I pretty much feel like
You're basically from Massachusetts.
I'm here now. Yeah,
that's great. That's great. Yeah,
yeah.
Here at PCN, we really love local music, local sound, local everything. So local music, musicians are always working on something. What are you working on?
I'm actually working on a new project, a new record, and it's called Hard Summer, and I've been writing it for about a year or so. And I'm just really excited about the songs that I came up with, and everyone in the studio, my producer, we're all just so excited about it. So,
and I hear you're doing some kind of community funding type project.
I am on this project. I am going to let people come in and be a part of it every step of the way with Kickstarter.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, we've worked with a few musicians who have also done that. It's definitely a little stressful, but all the local musicians tend to feel like, oh wow, like the community is a part of my record now. Which I think is really cool.
I know. I love it. I'm loving it. It is stressful, but I love having people be a part of it, like in these beginning stages and just little details that usually I don't get to show everybody and have them come in and experience with me. So
that's great. Well, congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
What will you be singing tonight?
Oh, I'm singing my song called I Got You.
Great. It's off the new record?
Yes.
Wonderful. Take it away.
Okay. Thanks, Maureen. You weren't in a good mood today, heading on out for work. Well, don't worry, darling, don't worry, no, it's not forever. You're going where you want to go, and you have to know, hey, I got you. Hey, I got you. Hey, I got you. Hey, I got you, got you. I know I don't owe you a thing. The thing is, we hold each other up, and that's the way this all fell into place. Now even on days I cry, well, you get me laughing, and then I'm singing, hey, I got you. Hey, I got you. Hey, I got you. Hey, I got you, got you. Look into my eyes. Bad days are alright. I'm here, you're here. We're not going anywhere, no. Take a look at how we're getting somewhere. Hey, I got you. Hey, I got you. Hey,